Hello, Make It Right crew. This is Nancy Connelly. This is 29 Carleton Street North in Thorold, Ontario. And this is my basement. This is what used to be a very neat and useful laundry room, which is now storage for furniture I've had to move. And this coming up is my problem area. As you can see, I've got all the carpet and underlay laying here. This is my rec room, so to speak, looking more like a rec room every day. And this is where the problem occurred. The first problem was noticed in this front corner, where that is where the carpet was smelly and there was actual mold growing there. When I pulled up the carpet, I discovered that the underpad was full of mold and wet, and that the subfloor, a piece about 1 foot by 1 foot, was completely rotted through, and I mean just crumbled when we tried to pull it up. As we moved along the wall, we kept pulling up the carpet, we kept finding more wet spots. So we cut up the floor until we found a dry spot, and then stopped at that point because I still had students living here and couldn't do much more demolition. Since then, I've ripped up the entire carpet and taken out this large section of drywall. So as you can see, as we come into the wall, the parging on the wall has all crumbled and fallen. This at the bottom is actually wet, and it's my understanding that this white that's on the tar is zinc coming through because of the moisture coming in. My concern right now is up here. This is the bottom of the frame, I'm assuming, for the first floor. It's the frame that's sitting right on the foundation. It is completely rotten and falling apart, so I'm not quite sure what that means for the stability of my first floor. So yes, as you can see, as you move along here, it's quite obviously wet the whole way along. When I took this down, when I actually got to this front corner where there's a considerable amount fallen, I stuck my hand in there and actually felt water. So there was, after rain, there was an actual puddle there. A couple of my concerns, or my thoughts as to why I think he knew about what was going on down here, and that there's been a moisture problem before I got here. When I ripped up the carpet, I found these spots. For instance, this one that was completely rotted through. There's also, you know, this discoloration here, discoloration there, there. What we've established is obviously those are spots where the water has come under the underlay and come up through the screw holes. So that's a distance of about 8 feet that water would have had to travel to come this far. There has been indication of water even in this back corner. So that's what's leading me to believe that the front wall is actually leaking as well. My other point is that if you'll notice, there's this older subfloor that's got the leveling stuff on it, and then all of a sudden there's this brand new subfloor. When the gentleman from RCC came in, the first thing he said to me was, oh, he obviously had a problem with this front area and has had to replace the subfloor because this is different material, it's brand new, there's no leveling on it, it's like way newer than this other. So yes, that is my basement, that is my issue. Without fixing this, I'm probably going to have to sell the house as is, which you can imagine that, there we go, that is not going to be a fun thing to do. So I would, I've also put an application in for an expert witness from your end. This whiteness goes on behind this wall is the furnace room, and behind the furnace it's also tarred with this white efflorescence or whatever it's called on the wall as well. So the moisture obviously goes the entire length of this wall. Yeah, so that is my basement, that is my problem, and I would give the world for you guys to help me. It would mean so much to me. Again, my name is Nancy Connelly, and this is 29 Carleton Street North in Thorold. Thank you so much for your help.